Meta is now poised to launch a rival to Twitter later this week. The app, called Threads, is billed as a text-based conversation app that links to Instagram. Users will be able to keep their Instagram usernames and follow the same accounts on the app. Twitter recently announced new daily limits on the number of tweets that users can read. For more on this story, we're joined now by tech expert Mark Saltzman. Mark, thank you for joining us today. I heard that. Let's get into the reasons why this is needed to happen. Twitter says it's to alleviate some of the strain behind the scenes. But what do you think is really going on here?
A lot of tech experts believe it has nothing to do with that Twitter needs money. Advertisers are down about 59%, says the New York Times, and that's as of April, and I think some have left since then. And increasingly, we're seeing Elon Musk, who took over the reins at Twitter last October, trying to do anything to get people to sign up for the Twitter Blue subscription. In Canada, it starts at about $10 a month. So, limiting the number of posts you can see, limiting the number of, the length of the tweets, opting, you have to, if you want to get a text-based two-factor authentication to prove it's you have to pay for that. And then now TweetDeck, which is a popular platform for scheduling your tweets in advance. It was just announced that we've got 30 days to pay for this platform, or you can't use it. So I think that's really what it's all about. It's not about how many posts you can see in terms of traffic. I mean, if you read all the experts, they all say, yeah, that's just nonsense. It's about Twitter trying to get some money after Elon Musk paid a lot for the platform.
Let's talk about those two forms of getting that money. Twitter Blue first. Now, users, even with Twitter Blue, will have limitations. And we also saw Meta implementing something similar to Twitter Blue for their own platforms when it comes to verification and things of that nature. Do you see other platforms following suit in an effort to make money?
Yeah, it's possible. I just interviewed on News Talk 1010 this week, and the head of T2, he attended. His name is Gabor Chele. He was at Collision Conference in Toronto last week. He runs T2, which is yet another Twitter competitor like Blue Sky Social, like Threads by Instagram, which will come out on Thursday. And they too are charging $5 to get verified. So I guess, with advertisers being uncertain and Twitter still being the biggest, let's call it a town square on the internet, everyone's trying to make money in different ways. And then you add on top of that the problem with the fight between Meta and Canadian broadcasters over the C-18 bill. So they're trying to get money in any way they can. But so going back to Threads, so that's coming out Thursday for iPhone. This is Meta's answer to Twitter. And this is, they've, on one hand, don't discount Meta. They've got several billion users between Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. But on the flip side, they haven't had success in trying to create a TikTok clone and a Snapchat clone and a Pinterest clone. So we'll see, but they certainly have the advertising power to do it. And if they don't charge for any kind of verification, and they could probably afford not to, at least temporarily, they may be the biggest Twitter competitor that we'll see. Even Blue Sky saw big numbers this weekend, but I think Meta is probably going to come out on top here.
And I guess that's the interesting thing here, right? Meta certainly thinks they will come out on top. They bumped up their release date by a few weeks, and many tweets online are already all about sign-up codes for Twitter competitors. So what do we know in terms of more details about these other competitors, and do you see users actually jumping ship?
It's a great question because you want to go where the traffic is, right? You want to go where your favorite celebrities are and politicians that you follow. So it's tough. It's tough to go up against Twitter despite all the annoyances since Elon took over 7 months ago. So and there are, there's the more conservative leaning ones like Truth Social, funded by Donald Trump. We've got Mastodon. We've got there's again the Blue Sky Social. Blue Sky Social is funded by Jack Dorsey, who ran Twitter for a while. So that they've seen big numbers. But it's really tough to answer your question to know which one everyone will gravitate to. There's estimated to be 500 Twitter competitors by 2024. So ultimately, people may get bored without seeing the names that they want to see unless people leave. It's a mass exodus, which we haven't seen just yet. The advertisers, yes, but those who use the platform, they haven't left in droves. They still have about 200 million users, which is the biggest for a town square. We'll see. We'll see if Meta can do it with Threads. Already there's some backlash about the data collection approvals that you have to sign. There's 14 categories. They want to know about your health and fitness information. They want to know about the things you buy, your search history, your location information, of course. Twitter is guilty for some of those, but 14 Threads by Instagram. Obviously, Meta is trying to cover their tracks, and so they can avoid any kind of lawsuit. But that's a lot of data they want to collect just for you to use this free platform.
And will people read the terms and conditions? That's the big question. Mark Saltzman, tech expert, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you.